What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got another episode of Chasing the Pro Dream for you today. Today I'm going to be bringing you along as I prepare for a tournament. Now what this means is pretty much on Friday this week I'm going to be teeing it up in the Limpopo Open at Kameeldoring Golf Club. So it's currently Wednesday, this is the day before we leave for practice round. So I'm going to bring you along. We're going to go through putting routine, but a short game and then long game. What am I trying to focus on and what are the key matters that run through my head just before I leave for a tournament. Without further ado, let's go.
I start out by setting up a drill. This is a pretty basic one, so you'll see me find the straightest putt I can. Then I've got my little Visio putting mat with the Arc 1. I set that up, I hit a few rolls just to make sure the line is right. And then pretty much from there, we are good to go. I'll set up a gate for my putter. From there, obviously the towel as well, just to avoid leaving bad marks on the green. As you can see there, I've set up two gates. One is at the end of the mat and another one at about 2 foot past. That just helps me really focus on start line and making sure that the ball is rolling end over end through my gates. That's going to help me make sure that when I've got putts, I'm starting them on line and they are perfect. Now from there, the focus is very simple. It's just making sure that I'm repeating the same thing over and over again. Good rhythm. Obviously, I've got the arc on the putting mat, so that is obviously there for me to just see and replicate. But it's hitting good strikes with the putter and then just constantly repeating and repeating and repeating. You'll see that I miss a few. Obviously, I've got the camera out trying to get different angles, but it's about repetition. This is just building almost muscle memory when it comes to putting. These 4 or 5 footers are quite it's a very easy putt to build pressure on if you miss a few throughout a round. So here, just building and building and building on repetition for the putting, going from there. From there, I set up a little closing out drill. For me, that's pretty simple. I start at 3 foot. I've got my circle, 4 tees, and it goes 3 foot, 5 foot, and 7 foot. All I'm trying to do here is make every single putt in a row. I start in a smaller circle, and I make my way around all the way to the last one at 7 foot. And it's a must make every putt. If I miss one, I go back to the previous tee. And obviously from there, you can almost, if you get in a bad stint, you end up all the way back on the 3 footers. So here I've got left to right, right to left, uphill and downhill putts. This is obviously the best way for me to practice making those closing out putts. These ones are crucial. When you have birdie putts or par putts or even a bogey putt, it's so easy for you to just miss one and then, you're in trouble. You've made a double. So very good for focusing on the game and making sure that's the practice. Now I head up to the range, just because I've got all the camera gear. I took a little drive and plus it's quite scenic. Cool, we've got to the range, and you know what? I think it's time. Remember, guys, you guys can use code GRANT15 on hookedgolf.co.za to get yourself 15% off. Anyways, straight into the video. When I get to the range, it's pretty simple. I love to do this little towel drill, chuck the towel under my arms, and hit a couple of wedges. What this helps, it just helps me keep a little bit more connected and get the body moving. Feel like I've got my arms and my body connected very well. So that's the drill that I tend to do when I get onto the range. Just start to warm up and get the body flowing and going. Once I've finished warming up, I love to get into my drills. So there you saw me put my alignment stick cover that's folded. I put it under my right arm. That's just something that my coach and I have been working on, just to help that I don't feel like I let my arm get loose on the backswing and I swing away from my body. It's also one way to help me stay connected at the top with my body. So that's sort of the starting drill I do, and I'll hit a couple of shots with a 9-iron. Here I'm trying to hit cuts, so I've got the ball pushed up inside my left heel, just trying to hit little flighted cuts. Onto the second drill, something I love to do actually, is probably my favorite one, is I chuck the alignment stick under the right arm and throw a little pause in there. And all I'm trying to do here is I'm feeling like I stop. So i.e. this is helping me shorten my swing. I tend to get long under pressure. So here I feel like I get into the position. I can feel the alignment stick against my left arm there, and I stop, and then it's a full go. Now from there, what I'm trying to feel as I come down, I'm trying to feel like I keep the alignment stick on my left bicep. Now what that does just helps me keep my hands, or the club, ahead of my hands, because I tend to shallow out a lot at the top. So from there, just keeping my hands ahead, keeping the club head just slightly ahead of my hands. And the same thing as the other feeling here. I've got a 7-iron, and I'm just trying to hit those little flighted cuts. You would have seen me in that last one just really focus in on transferring the weight by taking a step, but then pretty much from there jump straight into it. You'll see there my normal routine, tucking it under my right arm and then just trying to hit some cuts here. Here at the time I was struggling a bit with forcing myself to aim left, so I did struggle with that. So you'll see I hit them pretty straight and then they fade off. So that's what we're trying to work on, is just getting it that it starts left. That motion with the alignment stick helps me get my club head above my hands, and it just helps me start it left for a cut. So here we've taken the drills and we're just putting it into the fairway finder of the forward. From there, I love to play a little wedge game. This is my first time trying to work with time lapse, so don't judge. But here you can see on one of my other videos that I've done before how I prepared to come first in a tournament. This is a lovely wedge game I like to do. I've got about 15 targets around the range, all different tires, as you can see there in the video, as well as 2 greens. And all I'm trying to do is I hit 5 shots at each target, changing the distance every time. Not small increments, but trying to go like between 30 and about 120, and then just changing it the whole time. And from there, this just helps me zone in on my numbers quite a lot. This just helps me focus on picking a small target. So in the sense of a small tire from 70 meters out, it's a small target, and it helps me improve my wedge game a lot. So if you have the chance and you've got a range where they've got small targets, it's an awesome thing to do and to try practice. From there, some of the boys, Rory and Rialdo, joined, and we decided we were going to sort of prep for the tournament. So we obviously none of us have played the course, so we pulled it up on maps and we started picking the tee shots. So we tried hitting and replicating what we would do. So obviously a lot of focus going into driver. We weren't aware as to what the course was set up like. So when we got there, it was very tight. So we were trying to pick very small targets on the range, and all of us hitting different shots.
All right, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along, seeing how I prep for a tournament the day before. Obviously it's a little bit of this and that, and as you guys saw, I had some of the guys we're traveling with, Rory and Rialdo, join in, so we put a bit of testing to it and calling ball flights and targets. So definitely the game's feeling good. Come off a lot of good finishes, so confidence is high. But yeah, hopefully a good finish this week. I'll be updating on my social media pages, so Instagram, TikTok. You can go check it out there. You can click the link down in the description. And then yes, we're chasing 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So please, if you guys don't mind, hit a subscribe, hit the like. Your guys' support on my journey is what makes it possible. You know, if I can get that 1,000 subscribers, it means that there's potential for new partners to come on board and support me further. So please do hit that subscribe and hit the like. Otherwise, out of here.